How's it going, guys? It's me, Simon, and this is my top 10 survival horror games. At number 10, we have System Shock. Set in the year 2072 in a cyberpunk-like environment, you find yourself on board the Citadel space station. You're an unnamed hacker who's trying to hack into the Tritopium Corporation mainframe. And you succeed. But you get caught by security who take you to their leaders, and you're thinking, oh my god, this is the end. But nope. However, they were so impressed with your hacking skills, they offer you a deal. If you do them this little favor, they will offer a rate on you and give you the most powerful military style upgrade you have desired for so long. 6 months later, while in a coma, you wake up to find a ship in darkness with dead bodies all around. Now you must search the ship for supplies and figure out what has happened. At number 9, Alan Wake. You're a best-selling author who's had writer's block for the last 2 years, so your helpful wife arranges a vacation to the town of Bright Falls. What can go wrong? That vacation takes a turn for the worse. When you see your wife drowning in the lake, you run your fastest to try and save her, but you black out. And a week later, you wake up in a car wreckage. Determined to discover the truth behind your wife's disappearance, you head into the darkness, battle the elements, and come up across these enemies known as the Taken. The Taken can be people, animals, or even objects. The only way to defeat them is with your flashlight and shotgun. You got to use your flashlight to burn down their health and then shoot them. But your flashlight, it runs out of battery, so you got to charge up all the time. At number 8, Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. Alexandra has just discovered that her grandfather's body has been found in his mansion, but the police have no clue to what has happened. So she decides to take matter into her own hands, entering the mansion herself, featuring 12 playable characters throughout history. Together, you fight through to discover the truth behind her grandfather's death and to keep your own sanity. At number 7, Slenderman, 8 pages. Slenderman is a fictional, supernatural character originating from an internet meme. He dresses all in black. He's a tall man with a white head with no face. He's known for his ominous abductions of countless children in creepy, dark places. So in this super scary game, you find yourself in the forest trying to look for the 8 pages while avoiding the Slender Man. At number 6, Outlast. This is like a crazy, demented game of hide and seek. You're an investigative journalist, Miles Upshur, who heads into a psychiatric hospital full of homicidal patients. You can't attack them. The only way you can survive is using your stealth abilities to hide in places and crouch down and avoid your enemies. That is your only way of survival. At number 5, we have Amnesia, The Dark Descent. You play as a man named Daniel, who's recently lost his memory. Exploring a castle to try and find out who you were, you uncover the mystery and stories of the castle. The gameplay is kind of like Outlast. It's a stealth style game. You can't attack your enemies. You must hide behind things and sneak past your enemies. Spending too much time in the darkness or seeing your enemies for too long lowers your sanity bar, and then you lose your mind and you go all crazy and start hallucinating. Nice. At number 4, we have Silent Hill 2 from the legendary Hideo Kojima. In the game, you will guide James Sutherland through the monstrous-filled town of Silent Hill, and you're going to come up against some brutal monsters like the bubble-headed nurse, mannequin, and also the crazy-looking pyramid head. The game does have a funny secret ending, spoiler alert, in which you'll find out behind this door that a cute Akita dog behind a control panel has been controlling your game all along. At number 3, we have Resident Evil, with multiple movies under its belt and the recent release of Resident Evil 7, which is pretty good. We head back to the beginning of where it all began. After a series of bizarre murders on the outskirts of Raccoon City, the police department, known as the Stars, are called to investigate at a mansion where strange experiments have been going on under the Umbrella Corporation. The Stars head into the mansion and are greeted with all these mutated animals that were caused by the experiments. Will they survive? At number 2, The Last of Us. Set in the post-apocalyptic United States, you play as Joel, a smuggler who has been given the task of escorting Ellie, a teenage girl, across the remains of the country, as she may be the only hope of finding a cure. Throughout the game, Joel and Ellie's relationship builds into a beautiful story when Ellie becomes like a daughter to Joel. And throughout the game, you'll be solving puzzles and finding weapons to defend Ellie against the infected. At number 1, we have Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly, known as Project 02 in Europe. In this Japanese survival horror game, you play as twin sisters Mayo and Mayu, where you explore an abandoned village where you start to encounter the paranormal, using your only hope for survival, the camera obscura, which you use to vanquish ghosts and discover the dark past of these spirits. It's the dark stories of the spirits you uncover and the haunting atmosphere of the village that makes this a scary combination, and that's why it's at number 1. So there you go guys, that was my top 10 survival horror games. Comment below with your favorites, and if you enjoyed this video, leave me a like. Consider becoming a subscriber for more content like this. Thank you for watching. Peace out.
Oh, what I would do for just a moment with you.